What's going on, everybody? It is your man, Cleveland Terry, and today we're going to be reviewing the Wave 8 speakers from Alpha Theta. Now, you know that this is the first day of NAMM, and they've released a couple of products, one of them being the Omnis Duo, which is located right here, and the others are the Wave 8. Now, these are, just like the Omnis Duo, a battery-powered setup. So we have a battery-powered controller, and then battery-powered speakers. These are 8-inch speakers with some technology that I haven't seen anywhere else. Yes, we have our standard Bluetooth, but we also have this thing called a sonic link. We're gonna demonstrate that with the Omnis Duo because what it does will probably change the game for a lot of people. Now, I've actually already recorded this video, so we're gonna fly through this one. We're gonna try to do it without a take. I have everything plugged in now. I have it plugged in because I've been running the batteries all day. I don't have time to unplug them and let them charge. I got to get this out today, so you guys have it for when NAMM releases. So we have here 2 8s on top, and then we have the 8 on the bottom, and we're going to want to do a audio check. So we're going to put this one in too. That way we get audio from both of these sides. There we go. What's cool about these things? Again, they are 8-inch speakers, but don't let the size fool you. They really pack a punch. And the way that it's happening today is they're communicating with each other via this thing called a sonic link. Now, normally on a lot of these, the eVerse 8s, the Mackie Thump Go that I have sitting here on the bottom, it's all Bluetooth. But these are connected via a different wireless protocol, 5G spectrum, 5.1 actually. So it's going to give you a really reliable signal, and more importantly, you're not going to deal with the limitations of Bluetooth. So we're going to take it over here. We're going to show you the way this is set up, and I have it on my video, but I'm just going to edit the video this way. All right, here we go. All right, so first and foremost, one of the most important parts, wheels. We have wheels on it, and wheels are very, very important. I'm going to show you this one. We have wheels and a handle. So you pull this handle up, tilt it on the side, and then you go ahead and walk it around. The one thing about the wheels that I have a problem with is the shape of the box is a little top heavy. So when you're rolling these things around, especially on something that's uneven surface, you're gonna get rocking and they might actually fall over. So you just have to be a little careful. I'm glad they have wheels, but that is a little bit of an issue, but we deal with it, right? Then let's move over here to the inputs and outputs. Up here you have your standard power, your main volume. This is the sonic link, the green button. Over here is your Bluetooth, and then this is to connect all of your Bluetooth devices together. We're not using Bluetooth today, we're using the sonic link, so we don't have to worry about that. And then we have our audio profiles, which starts with like regular master power, but then it can drop all the way down to a subwoofer. And that's what we're gonna show you today on the third speaker right here. Following up on the platter, we have our ins and outs. We have auxiliary in, we have a power management switch, we have a microphone EQ, 2-band EQ with an echo, a USB power out, 5 volt, which will allow you to power your iPhones and your Androids and your iPads. We have 2 line ins, the combo jacks, 1/4 inch XLR, and then the mic, which is 1/4 inch only, with an attenuator, which will allow you to set your gains, and then followed by the line out. It is IP4 rated, so you're gonna get a lot. Well, I don't say you're gonna get a lot, but if you're in the rain, you're not gonna have to worry about that. On the side pouch right here, we do have our Sonic Link boxes, and we're not gonna take that one out because that one's already linked up, but they look a little bit like this guy right here. This is what they look like, Sonic Link. And they are battery powered too. If you notice inside the box, there is a USB-C outlet. So you can either charge them via the USB-C, which is right here, and you can just put them in the box, and when you charge your speaker, you're gonna charge your Sonic Link, or if they are getting low on power, you can plug them in to any battery pack or through, you know, like your MacBook charger. So it makes it really easy. What's good about these, again, 5.1 spectrum, so you're gonna get a really clear signal. It's gonna be nice and strong. More importantly, you're gonna get a connection that is unlike anything else. Like I said, with Bluetooth, you're always dealing with a lot of frequencies and fighting with frequencies. You're not gonna deal with that here because it's a dedicated wireless protocol. All right, now, we're gonna just show you what these sound like first, and then we are gonna bring the Mackie Thump Go, and we're gonna compare that too. Normally, If I had an eVerse 8, I would compare it to the eVerse 8. Unfortunately, I don't. This is an 8-inch speaker, so it's a good comparison. Now, if you are comparing it to an eVerse, you know what an eVerse sounds like compared to like a Mackie Thump Go. So if it sounds anything similar, I think we're good. The point is, these speakers are going kind of head-to-head against the eVerse, okay? Not the Mackie Thump Goes, but the eVerse. So we're gonna hear, well, the plan is to hear a significantly better sound coming out of one or the other. But first, we're gonna show you how they sound like in a normal stereo with a kind of pseudo fake sub situation here. Okay, a couple of things that I want you to know, and it's harder to see the sub on the ground, but the sub can run in a different profile. So on the speaker, the profiles are music, music low cut, flat, flat low cut, vocal, and subwoofer. Now it's on subwoofer. Now here's the thing, this is the one thing I noticed even when I tested it earlier today. If your battery is getting low on your sub, it will hit the overload and then you'll see a red marker. So you see these guys right here? These are actually indicators also. So they tell you kind of where your battery is sitting. So it'll turn red if you are overloading. So it'll show you on the back side and it'll show you on the front side, making it easy to make adjustments. So when I plugged it in, the overload went away because it had enough power now to supply to the sub or the pseudo sub. Earlier today when I was rocking those, these went all the way dead, but they never gave me an overload. They never had that problem that the sub does. It just dies on you. And it just, there's no crackle. You know, some of them, when the battery gets a little low, they start to distort more because they're just struggling for power. You don't have them on the highs. They literally just keep going until they die, and then that's it, which is a good thing. You'd rather have it go to zero and be dead than have, 15, 20 minutes of crackle. Okay, so we just tried that song, a little hip hop song. Let's find something else that's going to sound similar. Here's the sub. This is a sub. It's not bad. It's not bad for being an 8 just switched around. It's not house, but it's close enough. I'm going to take off the sub now. Now, one of the good things about this is that, first off, the battery life on the speakers. Speakers, they're gonna last about 8 hours. If you're maxing them out, they're gonna last about 5 to 6 hours. So still within your kind of standard party time period. They actually have a very good range. I think they're saying that somewhere around 50 yards, 50 to 75 yards per sonic link. And the difference between this and maybe if you were rocking, a Sennheiser or something else, maybe you were rocking that out of the one output of your controller. And it's communicating with all of the wireless speakers out there. You don't have that problem here. You see the sonic link, there's 1 for 1. So the one sonic link in speaker 1 talks to speaker 2. And then the sonic link in speaker 2 talks to speaker 3. So you're not just getting a full 50 to 75. If you're, for instance, operating down like a football field, right, and you have speakers, maybe every 25, 50 yards. Well, that sonic link is gonna talk to that one it's not going to talk to the third one. It's going to talk to the second one, and the second one's going to talk to the third one. Therefore, you have a much more stable connection through all your speakers, and it makes for a very easy time, because that's one of the issues when you're dealing with a lot of these other wireless protocols. It's one talking to all of them, or you have to have multiple ones with outputs, and then that just costs a lot of money. Now, we are going to compare one speaker to one speaker. We're going to compare one Wave 8 to the Mackie Thumb Go. All right, let's do it. Of course, I've already seen this one. I know how this turns out, but that's okay. There are handles on the side, right here. There are handles on the top, and then, again, there's one cup for a speaker pole, and then the wheels. They're actually pretty well balanced as far as weight is concerned. No matter which side I pick them up on, I mean, they're balanced. As I said before, the wheels, they roll fine, unless you're moving real fast, and then you start to get wobbly. Okay, let's move this to the side. Let's get the Mackie up. All right. And just for fairness, we are going to plug this one in too, even though this is at full power. But we're going to plug it in because we like to be fair. We're going to start with the Mackie Thumb Go. Here we go. Wave 8. All right, let's go. Mackie Thumb. Okay, this is good. All right, last test we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and push this thing to the max. And we're going to see what happens when we max them out and which one holds together better. All right, here we go. We can do the same song. All right, we're going to try the other one. I didn't put it as loud as it could because if you noticed, the louder it got, the more harsh and sterile it got. I didn't want to hear that in my ears. So we're going to try the same thing. We're going to push this one too. All right, so I don't know if you can hear that, but there is definitely a difference between the two, and it's the way the limiter works, okay? On the Mackie Thump Go, it seems like it's trying to figure out how much power it can give to everything equally to make it sound good. So it's putting a lot of power into the highs, into the high part. The sub is getting sacrificed in favor of the high. So it's getting louder, but it's harsh and sterile and ear fatiguing. On the other hand, with the Wave 8s, they put the emphasis on the sub. So if you notice, the highs went down, the sub got louder. Now, is there a right or wrong? Well, it depends on what you favor. I favor warmth over sterile harsh any day of the week. So, and I was maxing those out and they never sounded truly harsh. The Mackies definitely sounded harsh. Now, we're talking about twice as much. This speaker's $899, this speaker's like $399, $450. So it should be better when it's twice as much, just like the Everse should be better, which is why I was saying that the Wave 8 is definitely competing against the Everse 8. They're all Bluetooth. So if you're just rocking Bluetooth, that's great. You sync up your iPod, your earphone, your AirPod. You sync up your iPhone or your AirPods or your iPad or whatever, and they all talk to one another. Perfect. Until you have to run an XLR out. When you have to run an XLR out, all of a sudden, now you can't do it. You can run an XLR out with the Sonic Link. It communicates effectively. So I actually don't know if you can run it into the Sonic Link and then communicate. We're gonna try that. That'll be the last test we do, and then we're done. I think I've showed you enough. All right, well, there's your answer. We can only go output, but that's still more than the other ones are doing. So they're still great speakers. $899 per speaker, IP4 rated. We have Sonic Link and Bluetooth, auxiliary, and all the inputs and outputs that you need. And lightweight, on wheels, waterproof. What more can you ask for? All right, guys. If you found what I said useful, hit that like button. If you found what I said really useful, hit that subscribe button. Make sure you follow me on the Instagrams and the threads. Get on my Discord, because that's where we're talking about all things Cleveland Terry. Guys, girls, always a pleasure. If I don't talk to you later, we'll talk soon. Peace.